every day it's something with those perps. Every day, every day, every day. There is no break. No break. There is no break. Okay? It doesn't matter if I'm taking a walk, if I'm out of town, if I'm out of state, if I'm on the airplane, if I'm in Israel, if I'm in Las Vegas, if I'm flying to the moon, they are still attacking me. I don't have an idea 100% who they are and why they are doing it. I figure during the year that I am becoming target individual, I figure out that they're up to something. They're up to something. I heard everything on face of earth. I heard it. I heard everything on face of earth, and most all the things that I heard through V2K, I can't repeat it because it's swearing and bad words that I can't say it in the video. But I heard it all. And they say it just in the Hebrew language. Now, I'm assuming the upstairs neighbor definitely involved. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I figure out that there is some stomping, there is that harassments, there is abuse, and there is mind reading, and there is tracking, there is monitoring, there is following me, spying on me, watching me, looking at me. Yeah. Now, who are the agenda? I don't know who are the agenda. I don't know. In the beginning, I figure out that it's probably the far right wings, Orthodox Jews, and Chabad and Kabbalah. And I have a reason why I thought Chabad and Kabbalah. I had a reason because that Jessica Maxine was connected to the Chabad, and she babysit the children of one rabbi, certain, I don't know, 1, 2, I really don't know. And since then, everything I started. Now, I believe I'm being abused and tracked and monitored 24 years. 24 years. But I figured that out just in 2009. Everything done in Hebrew. I hear voices of my sister, mostly sisters, sister-in-laws, sometimes the ex-husband, most of the time the upstairs neighbors. It's been relatively, she's extremely quiet. Her and him, I guess him, it's the brother, but they're using a certain electronic harassment that I'm capable of hearing everything. Now, it's happened to me that I bump to some weird video today of a rabbi that passed away not long time ago, I think week or 2 weeks ago or so. He used to be in entertainment. He used to be a comedian, actually. He became a rabbi, very big rabbi and very known rabbi in Israel. And, well, I'm trying to not judge people, but I really didn't like whatever he said, okay? Gossiping about people and judging people and he was jealous. He was jealous. He obviously talked about jealousy of very rich people, But that is not my issue and not my point and not my topic. It's just that they are wrong to speak like that, And he's rabbi, That's a shame. But I can talk about whatever I want. I wanted to talk about my shoes, I talk about my shoes. I wanted to talk about my hair, I talk about my hair. I wanted to talk about my clothes, I talk about my clothes. I wanted to talk about my drawing, my painting. I'm free to talk about whatever the heck I want. But Rabbi can't gossip and be jealous of people that are a lot more rich than him, and mentioning names and what else he did there. He was gossiping and he was jealous of them, But anyway, I'm out of my topic and my subject, But my point was that he mentioned something. He said one sentence that freaking drove me out of my mind. He said a term and he said a sentence when he was talking in that interview, whoever he talked with, I don't know with who he talked, and I don't know how long time ago he talked. I didn't check that yet. But whatever it is, it was on YouTube, and I was watching it earlier because somebody posted in WhatsApp, and he says some sentence that blew my mind. Blow my mind. And the reason why is I don't know how many years, but since 2009, I'm trying to figure out how they're controlling my brain, how they are following my brainwave, how they are capable of feeling what I feel, seeing what I see, doing things to my body, to my ears, to my head, causing me hissing in my head, humming, arousing, whispering. Whispering is the worst. Oh my God, it's the worst. Especially that you don't want it to hear that whispers, the disgusting whispers from a disgusting man. Yuck. From a disgusting man that you don't want to hear it. Like the ex-husband or sister-in-law or I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't know. But anyway, I am in the living room. I wanted to sort some stuff and clean and promising my children getting rid of some items. I probably don't do it another century, but whatever. So what's that rabbi said that freaking blow my mind? He talked about that major American rich man that he is basically very, very jealous of him, that he is very, very rich, and I'm not going to say who is it because I don't care. And he was basically very jealous of him. And he was gossiping about him, and all of a sudden he says something remarkable that I say, okay, we got it. He said that there is a micro molecule. Yeah, in Hebrew it's called well, dang it, I forgot it in Hebrew too. Molecules, tiny molecules, micromolecules, very, very unseen, probably you can't see it, that they can aiming to the victim or to the target in an individual to basically cause him to be paralyzed, causing to be sick, cause them to be paralyzed, cause them to be not able to function, basically to control them. And why I'm talking about it? I'm talking about it because for freaking half a century, I'm scratching my head out, scratching my brain out, scratching my head out to find out how those bastards took over my brainwave. Basically, when I had a huge fight with the upstairs neighbor once upon a time in 2009, okay, I felt that during that certain time, I felt that myself not become myself. It's mean I'm the one who drawing like a silk. I'm drawing like nobody business. I like to draw. I like to paint. I like to do art. I write free. My handwriting in Hebrew is very, very pretty. And all of a sudden, I couldn't even write my name. I couldn't even draw a line. I knew that they did something to me. I knew. And for years and years and years and years, I'm freaking scratching my head and trying to see. I know that they are Jewish who did it to me, even that I'm Jewish, but they are Jewish who did it to me. Just to let you know. And I know they speak fluently Hebrew. And I know they are either from Chabad or Kabbalah or from the far right wing. I know that they are probably connected to Secret Service of Israel because all those agenda connected to Secret Service of Israel. And I know that they are connected to Shabak and Shin Bet and just name it, Secret Service of Israel. Let's put it this way, My question is, why me? What I did to you? What I did to you? I'm consider myself the nicest person on the face of earth. I consider myself the people jealous to be me. Okay? I'm consider myself people dying to be me because I'm not doing drugs, I'm not abusing alcohol, I'm not even a freaking medication. I'm not. I refuse to be on medication because so far, every time I was on medication, it just hurt my body and did some other stuff to me. Fix my teeth and ruin my ears. Fix my ear, ruin my eyes. Fix my eyes, ruin my ears. And so on and so on, I don't want to talk about it now because the health industry got to kill me anyway. So, yeah, I'm dying to sue them anyway. But my point is like that. Why somebody wanted to control my brainwave? What the heck they want? What the heck they want? Okay, they get inspired from me. Okay, I had gazillion idea. Once upon a time, I had gazillions idea. Now I can't even think about any idea. I can't even, me, that I was the real things, that I was creating the original stuff with my own hand, with my own ideas, with my own blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter that it was 3,000 years ago, but yes, but whatever the case, now I can't even freaking think, period. And why I'm blubbering? Blubbering. We live in a time like that. Okay, I'm not complaining about America. Okay, it's gorgeous country, blah, 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 beautiful country, blah, 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 and so on and so on. Okay, especially that I'm American citizen, so it's a lot more gorgeous even. But we live in time like that. And if you're hearing me until now, so you're probably lucky, you're probably not, you're probably asleep. And this is also good because I was dying to sleep for years. Yeah, I don't want to be a comedian here. I'm really seriously about everything I'm speaking. But we live in a time like that, and people wonder why there is so many homeless, gazillion of homeless everywhere in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in Denver, Colorado, in Chicago, in New York, just name it, in major city, there is like thousands homelessness, housing skyrocketing to the end of the sky. The sky not limit with the prices of houses, and I don't know what that craziness all about. But to pay more than $500,000 for a shack, it's a shame. It's just a shame. In United States, you paying more than $500,000 for a piece of shack. It's not even brick, it's wood. It's not even brick, it's a wood. And I know what I'm talking about. It's not stucco, and it's not stone, and it's not brick. It's from wood. It's like the shacks that used to live 200 years ago, in a little house in a ferry, That's what I'm talking about. For a house like this, you pay more than $500,000 now. So this is crazy by itself. But I see something else. I lived long enough in the United States. I'm not complaining because I really, really don't have even the mind anymore to complain, and I don't have the energy to complain. And, I don't want to complain. I'm just bringing fact, what I see around the world, what's going on, okay? And maybe health industry have a lot to do with it. Maybe yes, maybe not, I don't know. Maybe the system, maybe whatever the case, okay? I'm not complaining. There is something in our time now that I saw in the last 35 years since I lived here in the United States. It's not that Israel doesn't have gazillion problems, but I'm not talking about Israel now. I'm talking about America, okay? That the issue is like that they fight for you. I'm talking lawyers and attorneys. They fight for you like sharks if you are a criminal. It's it's going to be a chain and series of lawyers there, an attorney, to hand you their business cards yesterday to you if you are a criminal. If you have DUI, if you're a criminal, if you did something wrong, if you committed a crime, if you did something not right, if you sex offender, if you are whatever the case you are, whatever you are, there is there 30 or 40 lawyers and attorneys going to fight for you and going to stand in the line to hand you their business cards when, and listen to that here, I saw it 35 years. I saw it with my own eyes. 35 years I see that system working like that. If you're a criminal, it's going to be 30, 40 lawyers and attorney who is dying to represent you and fight for you. If you had an accident, there is 30 or 40 lawyers and attorney going to stand in the line and fight for you. But if you are an innocent person, innocent citizen who did no wrong to nobody, you didn't commit no crime, you did nothing wrong to nobody, you never hurt nobody, you live so pathetic that you freaking paralyzed your life because you are so pathetic. and you did no wrong to nobody, you never hurt no one, and you're sitting like a dummy all day long waiting for them to fail because you know that you are innocent, and you know that you are a victim, and you know that you are a target individual, and you know that they are criminals. You know that they are criminals, like that goons upstairs, like those tags upstairs, you know? Target individual know that the perps are criminal. They know. But guess what? You go to an attorney, you go to a lawyer, you go to a firm, law office of a firm, well, I guess I don't know how to say it right, but you go to any attorney, okay, or any lawyer office and tell them your story. They run as fast as they can. Not just they are not going to represent you, not just they are not going to fight for your case, not just they are not going even to try to help you, they run as fast as they can. I see this going on for more than 35 years. I heard about people that had accident and there are zillion lawyers representing them. I heard about people that they had DUI and they had crimes, and there was, I don't know, they was criminals, okay? And they had lawyers representing them everywhere. Everywhere there is lawyer who is willing to represent a criminals. But when you get to a person, innocent person who did no wrong to nobody, had never hurt nobody, the nicest people on face of earth, they are being victimized by agenda who call themselves perps, who hurting people with electronic harassment, with snooping, with following, with spying, with monitoring, with tracking, just name it. They do that. And here it is, the moment you get to an attorney and telling them that you want them to represent you, I tell you what they respond usually. It's like that. Oh, we never heard stuff like that. Or they say, I didn't know such a things exist. Or they say, nobody does those things. Or they say, did you talk with a therapist? Or they say, did you check with the doctors? Or they say, no, I don't take cases like that. Or they say, no, thank you. We don't get involved with subjects like that. The question, why? Why? Why criminals all over the world, all over America, all over the planet, being represented by attorneys, being represented by whoever, being represented by lawyer, they have the right to represent themselves and prove them not guilty and so on and so on and so on, or guilty, I don't know. But a person who is victim to smear campaign, to electronic harassment, to under surveillance attacks, to abuse and torturing 24/7 on the clock, 24/7 around the clock, nobody willing to represent them. Nobody. And more than that, they consider delusional and consider whatever, just name it. They call them names and stuff, you know. My question is, why in United States, the gorgeous country that few percent they are homeless all over the world, actually just in America, I think. I don't know. Why in place like that, so gorgeous and so huge and so beautiful, and every corner, every place you go, it's like a paradise and it's like heaven, like Hawaii and like San Diego and like Georgia and like Texas, wherever you go, it's just gorgeous everywhere you go. Why in place like that is so wonderful and beautiful and paradise and blah, 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 nobody can represent targeted individual, I'm talking about a real target individual. I'm not talking about those fakes and disturbing people who don't know what's going on with them, that got lost in somehow they got lost in their own little planet. I'm not talking about that issue. There is people, they think they're target individual, but they're not. They're not. They just too bored, so they created that they are target individual. But in my case, somebody actually following me, tracking me, hissing at me, humming at me, arousing me, tracking me, following me, monitoring me, snooping on me, listening to me, feel what I feel, see what I see, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Now that rabbi that I don't want to mention his name because he's just passed away 10 days ago, so I'm not sure actually when he passed away, but just recently, he mentioned something about molecule. I think I'm saying that right. In Hebrew, it's called molecula, okay? He talked about tiny micro molecula. That in Hebrew, but it's probably in Latin, it's molecule, that they're aiming to the head of the target individual and they destroying the target individual life. They destroying. If this is from jealousy, if this is from because they are sex maniac, if this is because they are jealous like hell from them, or because they are disturbed, because they are moron, because they are idiot, I don't know why they do that. I don't know. I don't know why somebody's stuck in my freaking brainwave and doesn't leave me alone. I don't know. And they took over my life. I hear my sister in Israel, Pakal. I hear my sister in Israel 24/7, 365, around the clock. How I hear her? Through the upstairs neighbor, because upstairs neighbor want to drive me crazy. So they take voices of my relatives in Israel and they are aiming at me. Disturbing me, distracting me, blowing my brain, and on top of everything, paralyzed my life, caused my life not to be functional. A person who paint, who draw, a person who can draw your face, can draw stuff that see. How you ruin a gifted artist like that? How? That's my question. How? So I'm blaming the people who is in a science field. I'm blaming maybe the religious people have something to do with it. I believe health industry have something to do with it because they basically want to ruin the human life and cause them to be sick. I believe science has something to do with it, because Israeli, they are bragging about following brainwave, following body, following nervous system, following DNA, following, did I say brainwave? Yes, brainwave and nervous system and DNA and the body. They follow everything. Where I was, where I going, what I do, what I buy, what I bring, what I take, everything, what I cooked, what I ate. Now they get paid to drive me nuts. They get paid to blow my brain out when my life been destroyed. Now, since I complained to authority a few times before, I know that they don't care. And since I talked already a few times about a neighborhood management, because I was assuming that somebody orchestrated some smear campaign on me. That's still going on. Of course, still going on. What do you think? It's not going on? It's still going on. It's going on and on and on and on and on and on and on forever and ever and ever, another million years. It's never stop. You know how I know? Because I hear the transmitting. I hear it nonstop, 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 24/7. No break whatsoever. Not even one micro of a second of a break. So where do you go? Where do you go? You can complain to the health industry. You can complain to authority. You can complain to management. You can complain in authority. You can complain in the freaking life. You can complain to nobody. Because whoever you're going and telling your story, they have their own opinion. That nuts, it's not exist. It's not from another planet. It's from another galaxy. It's paranormal. It's not from this planet. It's not from Earth. And so on and so on and so on. I'm saying have something to do with Zionists. I'm saying have something to do with under surveillance. I'm saying it's an agenda. I'm saying it's something to do with rabbis, far-right Orthodox Jew, Chabad and Kabbalah. I'm saying that this is agenda, the most worst agenda ever exists on face of earth, and have something to do with science and health industry and neighborhood. The people who are doing that are criminal, period. The people who are doing it, at least let's say it more correctly. The people who are running it, not doing it. The people who are running it, the remote neural monitoring on innocent people, you don't believe how wrong they are. You don't believe how wrong they are. Since why a person take over my brain? Why? Why? Who gave you the freaking right? Who gave you the right to take over my brainwave? Who gave you the right to take over my brainwave? Who gave you the right to take over my brainwave? You are just a crook. You're a thief. You're a con artist. You're a criminal. And you're a liar. Big fat liar. Since when people that they are criminal, because I figured that out that they are criminals, since when they have the right to take over my brain? Manipulating it, saying stuff that they want to say, arousing a gazillion time, bothering me, hammering in my ears, whispering stuff that you don't freaking want to hear. I never wanted to hear what they're saying. I never. Who gave him the right? Control freak? You're a freaking control freak! Who gave you the right to take over my nervous system, my brainwave, and my DNA, and my life, and probably my legal paper, and probably my mail, and probably my personal stuff? Since when they have the right to do that? Since when? Since when? Since when? And why? That is the biggest question. Why? I said a million times before, even if I was speaking fluently 10 languages, those perp never stop. Never. They never stop. Well, they probably stop when I'll sue them, if I know who they are. Because remember that it's done with non-touch weapon. Non-touch weapon. Non-touch weapon. Remote neural monitoring. It's basically a weapon that I figure out now that they are used with micro molecule, and I hope I'm saying it right, aim to the targeted head. Molecule. That's what the rabbis say. אנחנו נכניס לו מלקיול קטן בתוך הראש שלו, ואז הוא יתחיל להיות כמו מפגר. אנחנו נכניס לו מלקולה קטנה פצפונת לתוך הראש שלו, והוא יתחיל להיות כמו מפגר. Molecule. The aiming tiny micromolecule aiming towards the head of the target individual life going nowhere on face of earth because it's been targeted by rabbis, by Chabad, by Kabbalah, by Shabak, by Shin Bet. Can you imagine? By Israel. But why me? What the hell I did to you? Yes, I'm talking about everything. Yes. I talk about shoes, I talk about clothes, I talk about hair, I talk about fashion, I talk about people, I talk about things, I talk about knick-knack, I talk about dishes, I talk about food, I talk about clothes, and I'm going to talk about that mostly. And I don't stop to talk about it until I sue the person who put me in the blacklist. Because this is exactly like death row. You know, like a death row when you never, ever did no wrong to nobody on face of freaking earth. If Israel and America and whoever behind that, the health department, maybe, I don't know. The science department, maybe, I don't know. If they don't stop, I'm freaking suing all of them. You know why? Because they are broadcasting me 24/7, 365, 360 degree, and they don't give me a single second back. That's why. And since they speak just Hebrew, they are probably have something to do with Secret Service of Israel and the Zionist and surveillance of some Zionist who is running this agenda. Let's find who they are, because my life been killed. 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 I can function the way I used to. I can take a flight and buy a ticket to wherever I want like I used to. I can take a trip or go out of town and enjoy it like I used to. I can draw and pen the way I used to. I can function the way I used to. I can sort my stuff around the house the way I used to. I can take care of things the way I used to. Everything is with struggling. Everything is with distractions. Everything with disturbing. They are 24/7 broadcasting me around the clock with no one single of micro a second of a break. I'm not even talking about privacy, and I'm not talking about taking a shower. No privacy. I'm not talking about going to bed and dying to sleep, and you can't freaking sleep. I'm not talking about freaking doing that you like to do. Take a walk, dancing, go places, travel, paint, draw, everything that I used to love to do. They took over my life. They took over my nervous system. They took over my DNA. They took over my brainwave, and they're soft killing it by the second, 24/7 around the clock. And I'm not joking. And it's not funny.